Hey y'all, it's me, Miss B. Today we are solving systems of equations. So, a system of equations is when you have two or more equations used to represent the relationship between two or more variables. Okay? And then a solution to a system of linear equations is a set of values for the variables that make both equations true. So that keyword there is both, and that's a solution to that. Okay, so if we are solving a system of of equations by graphing, that's over here on the right. Here are the steps. We want to graph the equations on the same coordinate plane and then find their intersection point. That intersection will be the solution. We also want to make sure we use a straight edge because if we don't, then our lines might not be perfect and they really need to be in order to find our solutions. So let's go ahead and start graphing. So step one, we graph. So we have y equals -1. Here's y equals -1, and it's going to be a straight horizontal line. All right, and then we want to graph -x plus 4. So I'm going to go up 4 and then a slope of -1. Draw that perfect line. And then where those 2 points meet, right there, that is our solution. So 5, -1 is our solution. To check our solution, we can plug in. So y is -1 and 5 is x. So if I plug -1 into this equation, I get -1 equals -1. That's true. And for this one, if I plug y in, -1 equals -5 plus 4. So I get -1 equals -1, which is true. Okay, so we just proved that those two are solutions. Let's hop over here to this next example. Okay, so I want to go ahead and graph this first one. So I'm going to go up 5, and then my slope is up 1 over 2. There's that line. And then I have -2, and my slope is up 1 over 1. It's not quite exact. We want to make sure we graph nicely here. There we go. All right, so you should notice that these two lines are parallel because they're never going to touch. Okay? So, and because they never intersect, the answer is going to be no solution. Okay, we could have noticed right away that this slope is 1/2 and this slope is 1/2, and so we should have known right away that those had the same slope. I'm going to leave the third one for you to do on your own. All right, and then let's look at this fourth one here. So this, not very easy to graph yet, so let's go ahead and rearrange that equation. So we get y by itself, so it's in y equals mx plus b form. Subtract 4 from both sides. So we get 2y equals x minus 4. Divide by 2. And I get y equals 1/2 x minus 2, because I have to divide everything by 2 there. So this is my first equation. I'm going to go ahead and graph that line. So -2, up 1 over 2. There's that line. Actually, going to make it a little bit bigger. You'll see why I make it big in a second. Okay, and then let's go ahead and graph the pink line. So I have 1/2 x minus 2, so I have -2 up 1 over 1. So as you can see, this is actually the exact same line. Now, you could have looked at this equation and this equation, noticed right away, they're the exact same thing. Okay, so because of that, the answer is infinitely many solutions. Okay. So there are three possible outcomes to our graph that we just found. You can have one solution. That's going to be where they intersect. You could have no solution. That's where our lines are parallel. Or you could have infinitely many solutions. And that's when the lines are together. It's hard to kind of represent. Okay, so here's a couple word problems. Let's just do one of them together. So, Ben is 4 times as old as Isaac and is also 6 years older than Isaac. How old is Ben and how old is Isaac? So we need two different equations. Ben is 4 times as old as Isaac, and also Ben is 6 years older than Isaac. So I'm going to call Ben B, or let's call Ben X. And Isaac is going to be Y. So Ben is 4 times as old as Isaac. So 4x, sorry, no, that's not true. So if I take Isaac's age, let's actually switch and make Ben Y, sorry. Let's make Ben Y and Isaac X. That'll make our lives a little bit easier. So this is Isaac, this is Ben. Okay, if Ben is 4 times as old as Isaac, I'm going to take Isaac's age and multiply it by 4, and that will give me Ben's age. Ben is 6 years older than Isaac. I'm going to take Isaac's age and add 4 to it, and that will give me Ben's age. So I'm going to graph these two lines. First line, 0, 0 is my intersection, or my y-intercept, so I'm going to go up 4 over 1. Graph that line. And then x plus 4, I'm going to go up 4, and then graph my slope of 1. Okay, and that intersection right there is their, oh, I wrote it wrong. This should be, oops. Ben is 6 years older than Isaac, so this should have been a 6, not a 4. That's why it's messed up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll graph that point. Ugh, it's not working for me here. Okay, so that means we got to extend this line up a little bit more. Alright, so this right here is their intersection. If we were to count that out, this would be up 2 more, I think. Yeah, it's probably up about 2 more, and then it's this line right here. So we get 2, Isaac is 2, and Ben is 8, right? I think this is just one more. Yeah. Okay, so Ben is 8. All right, we're going to save this example for class. That's all for today, folks.